He really is the good shepherd.
You felt like that he, was God himself almost, because he's such a holy man.
Yeah.
Beautiful person. You just want to cry with him because it's just something about him. Holy Father. Holy Father. Touch me, Holy Father. Touch me, Holy Father. Please, sir, touch me, Holy Father. Holy Father. Holy Father. Touch me, Holy Father. Thank you.
The original quote from Catholic National, July 1895, its original source comes from Evangelical Christendom, January 1st, 1895, page 15. And this is published in London by J.S. Phillips. And it is quoted, "The Pope is not simply the representative of Jesus Christ. On the contrary, he is Jesus Christ himself under the veil of flesh, and who by means of being commonly to humanity continues his ministry amongst men. Does the Pope speak? It is Jesus Christ who is speaking. Does he teach? It is Jesus Christ who teaches. Does he confer grace or pronounce an anathema? It is Christ himself who is pronouncing the anathema and conferring the grace. Hence, consequently, when one speaks of the Pope, it is not necessary to examine but to obey. There must be no limiting the bounds of the command. In order to suit the purpose of the individual whose obedience is demanded, there must be no cavilling at the declared will of the Pope, and so invest it with quite another that which he has put upon it. No preconceived opinions must be brought to bear upon it. No rights must be set up against the rights of the Holy Father to teach and command. His decisions are not to be criticized or his ordinance disputed. Therefore, by divine ordination, all, no matter how august the person may be, whether he wear a crown or be invested with the purple or be clothed in the sacred vestments, all must be subject to him who has had all things put under him." And this comes from a sermon by Cardinal Sordo. As reported by Evangelical Christendom, the Cardinal's homily was, in contents, boldly asserting the Pope to be the sole authority to appoint the princes of the Roman Catholic Church. Cardinal Sordo later became Pope Pius X from 1903 to 1914. His sermon, which was cited earlier, was repeated in Catholic National of Paris, July 13, 1895. That's where later people will quote it as Catholic National, July 1895. Also, it was repeated in the Protestant Church Review of October 3rd and November 14th, 1895. Also, Daniel in the Revelation, the chart of prophecy, and our place in a study of historical and futurist interpretation by Joseph Tanner, published in London by Hodder and Stoganton, 1898, pages 153 and 154. Catholic National is not the original source of the quote. Evangelical Christendom is where you find it originally. January 1st, 1895, page 15. And we'll go down to the quote itself. "The Pope," he said, "is not simply the representative of Jesus Christ. On the contrary, he is Jesus Christ himself under the veil of flesh." Now, a lot of people, when they use that quote, they do use the source Evangelical Christendom, and here's the proof of that. And it was repeated in Catholic National. Now, I just want to add that I'm not able to find the article from Catholic National of Paris from 1859, but the quote itself, which originally came from Evangelical Christendom, January 1st, 1895, page 15, in fact, does exist, as was shown to you. Now, the person pictured in here is Cardinal Sordo, the Patriarch of Venice, which made this quote. It was a sermon that he gave, and I just want to go on record for saying that I'm not making this video just to attack Catholics, but to present what was said. Now, if it's not the truth, I will not present it as true. You know, I'm not making this video just to prove the Seventh-day Adventist Church right, or to prove the Catholic Church wrong. You know, I'm going to present the truth regardless of what it is and who it's from. Even though I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, if it's not the truth, it's not the truth. Because I have to answer to Jesus Christ, and I only answer to Him alone, not nobody else, not a church, nobody, but Jesus Christ. And if I can't find something, I'm not going to say where it is, and if it's not there, and I won't present it. But as far as the Catholic National article, I cannot find. You know, maybe it's because of the year, maybe it got lost because it's a newspaper. Newspapers tend to, you know, get old and disappear quicker than books. You know, maybe it's in Paris somewhere in a library. I have no clue of that. So that part I will leave open as case pending. If anybody could prove it, it does exist or it don't. You know, don't just say it, prove it. You know, I'm not saying it exists and I'm not saying it don't. But I haven't found any evidence of that specific article. You know, but it was shown to you that the quote does exist, and it's from its original source, Evangelical Christendom, January 1st, 1859, page 15, 1895. You know, actions speak louder than words, and so does a picture. As you can see, an individual is bound down to the statue of the Pope, and it looks like Pope John Paul II. Why is he kneeling and praying to a statue of the Pope if the Pope is not represented as God? Because I thought you only pray to God. And that's what my Bible says. If I'm wrong, show me. A picture says it all. It says little kids praying to another statue of the Pope. Now, it's also been said that Seventh-day Adventist uses these quotes. The one from Catholic National. We're not the only ones that use this quote. There's other websites that use this quote. There's one I know of that uses this quote, and they also talk against us. They also bash the Seventh-day Adventist Church, amongst other beliefs. You know, so we're not the only ones that use this quote. Thanks for watching. This has been another Truth on Trial. As always, I stand by the word. God bless.